Oh snap, back again.
Don't judge us.
It's like the same day.
Yes.
So it's more convenient. We're not in Beja, we're in Port Elizabeth, but it's good.
Not in Kabeja, we're in Port Elizabeth.
Yo? So judge. Everyone entitlement, guys. We're not in Kabeja, we're in Stanton, we're in Johannesburg, but my name is Tombi and Diamba Lucipo. Otherwise, we're speaking about all topics that makes your fingers
Snap. Yes.
So the topic for today,
Topic for today is how to handle disagreements between friends or partners.
Hey, why are you passionate?
How to handle friends.
Why you
How to
passionate?
handle disagreements between friends and partners.
Passionate, Belinda, your partner. Hey,
No, I think that's the topic. Should I start?
you start because it seems like you're very passionate about this topic.
No, because I'm not very experienced, I think, there's nothing wrong having a disagreement with your friend or with your partner, but I think the way that we conduct it is very, very important, I think good friendship have ended because of disagreement. Not necessarily what we're disagreeing about, but the attitude that we bring, or the relationship have ended because of that. I read somewhere and I could relate to this thing. It said that people who love each other, those are the people who go out on their way to hurt one another.
Oh, that is deep.
People who love each other have said the worst things to each other. People who love each other have sabotaged each other, And when I speak about love, I speak about family, friends, partners, they've gone out, like at times, colleagues are much better than people that who
Who
you
are
love.
close
You
to
get my
you.
point? Yeah. So I think one of the things that we have learned, even in our relationship, is that when we having disagreements, because you can say something that you necessarily do not mean, but because you want to win the argument at all cost, you end up saying things that you're not supposed to be saying. You get my point? Not that you're not supposed to say, but saying them at that time with the kind of an attitude that you are having. You get my point? There's that thing of you think about your partner like, the times they are very selfish. You get my point? You know that about them. You get my point? But if we are arguing about this phone, me bringing that on this matter can necessarily it's like this thing. You're the worst selfish person I've ever met.
But we are diga.
Yeah, I think those kind of words, those kind of words. We are diga and dikiwe,
I'll find someone better.
Yes, or whilst you guys are arguing, then you start listing the things you have done for the person.
Yeah.
Like, I've been paying for your what? I've been doing this thing for you.
The underwear.
Okay, okay, bought you ice cream. Okay, ice cream is a little.
Yeah, but tailor in grocery.
Yes.
But
I think that those things, even after the argument, they stay to that person. You get my point? And next time you want to buy them groceries, they're like, it's grand. Because the person is thinking to themselves, so I think at times when we are angry, it's always important that let us learn that it's not easy, but that art of walking away. There must be a bigger person. A good friend of mine, Yamgena, says that between two people I love each other, they must learn to die. The other like don't be alive with conversation.
the way you said,
Yeah, don't want to bring yourself out. You've said your point. I don't agree because of 1, 2, 3. Don't continue now wanting to prove because you can prove within the argument. But feeling that point, Komba, you see, once you have that attitude, it's here. I know this thing. It's here. Don't continue, my sister, my brother. It's gonna be there. So you like to say that you must be dead in a conversation.
Yeah, you
Make
must
your
die.
point, walk away.
Yeah. Yeah. What I was going to say is that when you're angry, don't say things while you are angry. Rather keep quiet, and then once you've settled and the emotions are gone, then speak to the person in a loving manner. Because once you've said things, it's hard to
take them back.
And you can't reverse it. So rather stick umlomo wakho and wait until all the emotions. And it actually makes me think, since you're speaking about this dying thought, we had an argument.
Huge.
Yeah, a huge one.
4 days.
It was 5 days.
Just giving context.
It felt like 50 days. And actually now we're laughing at it because into encinci, guys, like it's
But it's the extra adding.
yeah, it's the extra adding there. And I was actually teasing. I was like, yo, remember when we were arguing about? It's basically towards disagreement and agreement. We're disagreeing about something. So Sipo was like, this is my stand, and I'm like, and you could see that we asked Hama to make me understand, and I was like, but now this is my stand, and I'm cheek.
Yeah.
So
then you'll be like, yeah, solo kuningane man, and the rest is like solo kuyatika now.
yeah, but
Like,
I
huh? Okay, man, it's ngenye now.
intellectual bakho sakasibona sakasibona ngoku clever. So now we're laughing at it, but it was like a matter of, but I think one thing I'm grateful about, at least we didn't say hurtful stuff to each other, like in terms of yatika don't but Sipa, I really didn't like what you like really said or whatsoever. But I think it went back to that thing that when you have disagreements which are really tough, try to find mediators, like people who can like both sit you guys down and remind you that you need to die, you need to communicate with love, you need to communicate.
And I think, two things. One, it's very important when you find a mediator. Is it a meditator?
Mediator.
Okay. When you find the middle person.
Yeah.
The middle person. It's always important that don't try to win them over.
Yeah.
Before like that they will say, we say let's find a middle person. Okay.
Who will be fair.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I'll bring so and so, and then I first brief.
Yeah.
So and so. And that person now is already made up their mind. I'm the correct one. It doesn't help the conversation. It doesn't help the issue. You get my point? So rather find a middle person where they will just hear the conversation for the first time from both of you, so they can be on a neutral position. You get my point? That's the first. The second part, I read somewhere says that we must normalize to normalize this thing of saying to someone that I'm not ready to talk about this issue now. You get my point? Wait until I gather my emotions. Then I come back and talk about it. You get my point?
True.
I think we should normalize saying that I'm too emotional now to speak about this. I'm not saying I don't want to speak about it, but I'm too emotional now to speak about it. So can I go, calm down, maybe tomorrow we speak about it, Because I think the issue is an issue of, at times all of us do this mistake. I say, we don't want to back down.
Yeah.
No one wants to be a coward. You're like, that thing is wrong, because what we've learned from each other, an argument of 4 days is powerful enough to ruin a relationship of 5 years. Come on. That 4 days switches off everything, switches off where we met, the first kiss, the proposal, the marriage, the lobola, the happiness. It switches off everything. You just focus on that 4 days. You get my point? Like that one argument is enough to switch off the entire 10 years of a friendship, the entire motherhood and sisterhood, or brother and sister love, or your mother and father love. You get my point? It can switch it off, that one argument. So I think we should normalize to say, I don't want to speak about it, I'm too emotional, and you go and sit down and you become honest to yourself. I think we should stop this thing of trying to win an argument.
Yeah.
We should just try to find a solution.
And I think the other thing is that you'd find sometimes you would love to speak about the issue, like the disagreement or whatsoever, but the other person doesn't want to.
Don't push them.
Don't push them.
But tell them that I want us to speak about this when you are ready.
But some people are never ready because they know the truth.
Okay, that's immaturity.
That's even. But you just live. I guess in such a situation, you just live.
But I think also one thing it's important what you are saying is that don't once you have a belief on something, don't allow other people to change your behavior. You get my point? So if you're the kind of person saying that we have a disagreement, but we'll speak about it when we are both calm.
Yeah.
Don't allow the other person to continue provoking you, because you will say something. You are a human being, man. You're not Superman. You will say something that's just. I'm not ready to speak about this. Superman. I'll speak about it later. So don't allow the other person to change you on this good belief, because you also tell the person it's gonna end bad.
It will end in tears.
Yeah, well, must see calm now. I think both in friendship and also in relationship and also in family.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like we actually do better in relationships compared to our families and friends. Like I feel like in family we're like hasuka wetu,
Yeah.
like, and then we never speak about, like, we put it under the carpet, and when, like, after 5 years it comes back.
One argument. Someone say go and wash the dishes.
And you reference 5 years ago. When?
That's when you grade 12.
We even know the time. Wow.
My one cousin once said that to me. Sorry, she don't know he's watching.
I'm feeling so good.
I was hungry as well. You can't walk. Okay, let's continue.
Entitlement. But okay, let's go now. And then in friendships, we like, I don't care, like, we're so like, it is what it is. So I feel like even maybe in friendships and family, we should do better. We should improve in that department. So,
and I think, you know, at times we're always complaining people are not mature. I think we should also be we should be the leaders of emotional intelligence, you know. Even if you're dating people with immature, why not be the leader in that situation? Because your own, you know, your own peaceful space.
yeah. So guys, let us not be long. I hope you got it. Please make sure you take his hands, share our video, subscribe, tell people, follow our podcast, and until we meet again.
Oh, also just share your views on those comments, because we are not experts, so we would like to engage. Let's learn from each other. This is what we think we should do, how we should do it. You can come up with your way of how you think we should do it. We can learn from the comments from each other. She's too happy, guys.
Isn't Superman?
No.
Okay, bye bye.
I'm waiting to do Superman now. I'm practicing what I'm preaching here.
Otherwise, guys, oh snap.
Love you.
Yelly bad about social and I'm after not with you guys, but I collab.
Disagreements.